Coca-Cola's origins as the company we know today begin with a man named Asa Griggs Candler. Candler met the fellow druggist John Pemberton and tried his carbonated cocaine caffeine mixture. He immediately knew there was massive opportunity here. He pressured Pemberton to sell his formula and a share of the rights to the company. Candler finished his buyout of Coca-Cola when he bought the rights to the name from Pemberton's widow for $300, with his widow eventually dying just days later in a mysterious house fire. After 1903, they started processing the coca leaves to remove most of the cocaine, although trace amounts were still present until 1929, so Candler needed something to keep people drinking Coke. So he turned to a different, highly addictive white powder, sugar. Over the 1920s, Coke became widespread in places like the UK, France, and later Germany, and by the time that Adolf Hitler had come to power in 1933, sales were already at 100,000 cases of Coke a year. And if Coke wanted to dominate the competition, they needed to have a strong foothold on all the countries in the world. And so they embraced the new regime, happily complying with Nazi regulations. But eventually they weren't allowed to import any more syrup to the fascist nation. So instead, Coke would make a new drink called Fanta, using waste products that were common in heavily rationed Germany at the time. But once the war ended, the Coca-Cola company fell back into place and completely stopped production of Fanta and went straight back to Coke again. Then the US government got involved, helping Coca-Cola set up even more overseas factories and infrastructure with taxpayer money. By the 90s, Coke's market share was now over 40% and has stayed in a dominant position ever since. To maintain their monopoly, Coke has had to do more than just protecting their addictive product. Their more recent history has been characterized by a pattern of snuffing out potential competitors before they can get a foothold, with Coke destroying local competition by any means necessary. I mean, in some cases, they've even been accused of funding murder to keep their costs low. But Coke has already started working on a plan B. Although they aren't working on it yet, Coke has been sitting on the idea of using CBD and other cannabinoids in their drinks for some time now. Similarly, Coke has been moving towards alcoholic beverages for exactly the same reason. They've already partnered with the company behind Jack Daniels, and they're making even more ventures into this area every single day.